If you're driving drunk, which first of all is abhorrent, I hate Illinois Nazis and I hate drunk drivers. But if you are drunk and you're driving, what's like the worst thing you could do?
Oh,
I'm not talking about running over. I'm not talking about running over like a van full of nuns. No, like what type of an event or what kind of a situation could you possibly happen upon if you happen to be driving drunk?
Like going to an AA meeting or something?
No. This is going to take too long.
There's so many options.
More hints.
Drunk. I'm just going to give it up. Drunk driving woman drives through an active Pasco County police investigation. So you got a police investigation that's going on the road, and you're drunk, and you drive right through the investigation.
Have you ever got stopped at like those police roadside DUI checkpoints?
It's been a long time. You know what? Interesting you bring that up. The last time that I got stopped at a DUI checkpoint was on Dale Mabry in like the late 90s. So Dale Mabry around Neptune.
Do they still do those?
I think they do. You don't hear about them as much, but those used to be a little more common, maybe, or maybe they're so common now that that we don't talk about them as much.
I haven't seen one in over. I don't know when the last time I saw one was.
I was last at a DUI checkpoint again, Dale Mabry and around Neptune, Henderson area, and this would have been 1998, 1999. It was a long time. And listen, I know plenty of cops. You know what they do at those DUI checkpoints?
Yeah, they flash their light right in your eyes and they look for signs of being drunk.
Well, aside from that's the obvious.
Oh, okay.
When DUI, and maybe we should grab some calls on this. Any police officers listening? What's the last DUI checkpoint that you were part of?
I think I got stopped in the 90s as well. I don't think in the last 20 years I've gotten pulled over like that or stopped.
All right, here's the number, 800-990-1047. If you'd like to weigh in. Hey, if you're a regular listener, when's the last DUI checkpoint that you saw with a local police department, sheriff's office, whatever? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. We'll grab some early phone calls during Early Morons in the News. But what I want to say is that one of the things the cops do, they look for the U-turners. Do you know about the U-turners?
Oh, yeah, someone who wants to avoid the checkpoint.
You got it. Front row or you won't go. What they do, if you have the DUI checkpoint straight ahead, they usually post some police before the checkpoint, and a lot of times they're unmarked cars, and they look for those people that are like, they're, a lot of times they'll have those little construction signs, and it'll say slow DUI checkpoint or something to that effect. And phones are ringing. 800-990-1047. When was the last time you saw or were in a DUI checkpoint? Or if you're a law enforcement officer.
Do they still actively do them? Yeah. I remember we used to promote, or not promote, but advise people there'll be a DUI checkpoint this weekend. But I don't recall that in years. Yeah, it's been a while since I recall those being publicized is the word you were looking for. But again, it was. People that are drunk, if they see there's a DUI checkpoint up ahead or people that are impaired, they'll do the U-turn. Ooh, I'm going to get out of here. And a lot of times the police departments or sheriff's offices, they'll have little chaser units looking for the U-turners and then follow them and see if there's any kind of probable cause that they might be drunk and then pull them over. But that's pretty famous. All right, let's go to phones. If you recently saw a DUI checkpoint, or when was the last one you saw? Or if you're law enforcement, does your agency still do DUI checkpoints? 800-990-1047 is how you get in. 800-990-1047. I still haven't gotten to the damn story here. I'm sorry to get you off a little bit. But
well, it's okay.
All right.
This is a very free-flowing, free-form show. Dennis in Zephyr Hills. Hey, Dennis, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Hey, buddy, when's the last DUI checkpoint you were through?
It was back in 2016. I was a senior in high school. I was driving with a buddy. And we were just driving, cruising around, and we came across a checkpoint. And there was a long line. They were checking everybody, but he decided to make a U-turn, and we just went the other way. Luckily, they didn't even come and get us. So
Yeah, because a lot of times they have the units waiting for the U-turners because that's like a big flashing red light that, someone just made a U-turn. And sometimes it's if there's a long line of traffic, people are just going to go a different way. But a lot of times it's because they're hammered. Hey, buddy, thanks for checking in, man. And I would imagine, was this up in Pasco?
No, sir. This was actually in West Palm when I lived out there.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Palm Beach County. All right, man. Thanks, Dennis. Have a great day. Thanks for listening. Let's grab Vanessa in Holiday. Hello, Vanessa.
Hey there. How are you?
We are well. All right. DUI checkpoints.
I came up on one, and I did, in fact, do a U-turn. However, what I thought was that it was an accident.
Did anyone come after you for making the U-turn?
They did, and
look at that. All right, hang on. All right, tell us the story.
It was probably about 2:00 in the morning, and I was driving home, and I was coming up on a part of the road that did a bit of a turn, and I saw a bunch of cops there. And I was like, I don't want to get stuck in this because I saw it kind of backed up. And I said, I don't want to get caught in the traffic. I just want to get home. I did a U-turn, and someone came after me. And obviously, I hadn't been drinking, thank God. And they stopped me and asked me what was going on and why I turned around.
Yep.
And I said I thought it was an accident, and I didn't want to be sitting in the traffic. Because it was only...
And they determined pretty quickly that you were not impaired, so you were cool, right?
Correct.
Excellent.
Correct.
Thank you, Vanessa. Exactly the phone call that I was looking for. Perfect phone call, Vanessa.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
You too. All right, let me grab a couple here. The phones have just blown up. I haven't even gotten to the story yet. Jerry, what's the story? Jerry in Spring Hill. Hey, Jerry.
I'm 47 years old. I live in Spring Hill, Florida, and I have never been through a DUI checkpoint.
Well, a lot of times they happen at like 10 o'clock at night
or later.
and on is what it is. Jerry, good call. Thank you, man. All right, last one on this because I don't want to run too late. Let me grab because I have to tell the story still. Aaron's in Seminole. Hey, Aaron, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
How you doing?
We are well. All right, DUI checkpoints. Have you seen one recently?
No, it wasn't a DUI checkpoint, but on I-20 in Louisiana, there used to be a big flashing sign that they would pull out that had the red and blue lights that said drug checkpoint 1 mile ahead.
Hold on, your phone is terrible. Did you say drug checkpoint 1 mile ahead?
Yeah, they would have like the police dogs and everything out there looking for.
That's in Louisiana?
And then, Aaron, what happened?
A half a mile before the checkpoint, there was an exit ramp, and if you looked at the end of the exit ramp, all the cops were sitting down there.
They all got off.
Everybody got off. They had drugs, and they had the cops sitting down there waiting.
There you go. So they were waiting at the exit ramp just before the so-called drug checkpoint.
1 mile.
That's hysterical. Thank you, Aaron. Have a great day. All right, so the story is, the reason why we took phone calls, drunk woman drives through an active Pasco County police investigation. Total moron in the news. Yeah, woman accused of driving through an active investigation, charged with DUI, according to the Newport Richey Police Department. Police were investigating a crash on Tuesday night near US 19 and Green Key Road. 39-year-old man lost control of his motorcycle. While officers were investigating the scene, a woman identified as Kathleen Pulaski drove her vehicle onto the curb and threw the police tape, running over evidence, according to the release from the Newport Richey Police Department.
That's a tainted crime scene now.
Yeah, Channel 8 had the story. She was arrested and charged with DUI. Yeah, the guy that was involved in the motorcycle wreck, they took him to a local hospital, and he did not make it. Terrible story. But, yeah, driving drunk through a crash scene, through an active investigation, and you're running over evidence. Kathleen, ma'am, that's no way to go through life, all right?